Hello everyone, Chris here with Platinum Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a Platinum review on the Mass Effect Legendary Collection. This is going to be a Platinum review that regards Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 all bundled up into one review. A couple things really quick. I have already done a review on Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, so this is going to be an overall review of the whole collection. Also, I'm not going to review every aspect of it because I've already reviewed it. So this is going to be more reviewing the trophies for you guys, giving you tips and tricks on how to get them, stuff like that, and giving you my overall impressions on the game, collection in total, and how hard the trophies are, and blah, 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 all that exciting stuff. So we're going to get started, guys. As far as what you see on the screen, I'm just going to have stuff playing from all three games. So I'll try and have the first game playing as I'm talking about the trophies and so on and so forth. So if you see stuff and you're like, well, you're not talking about that, that's because I'm going over trophies. So yeah, enjoy. Let's get right into this with Mass Effect 1. Now, Mass Effect 1's trophies are pretty self-explanatory. I think this one's the hardest one to get all the trophies on. Not difficulty-wise, it's pretty easy difficulty, even on Insanity. But some of the trophies do require you to do a little bit extra. So I feel like there's more work to be done in this. This game, I feel like, is actually the shortest of the three, so you should be able to complete it pretty quickly. Most of the trophies, there are the, complete this level, story trophies. You do have the using abilities. Now, I will tell you one of the trophies is use dampening field, I believe. Uh, oh no, neural shock. Yeah. Neural shock is used by Caden, and depending on your choices later on in the game, either Caden or Ashley will leave your party. So if you choose to have Caden leave your party, you could potentially be locked out of neural shock. With this edition, you can have Commander Shepard use neural shock. I can't remember exactly how to get him to get it. I think you have to like remap your abilities or something like that. But I was able to get neural shock and use it with him to where I didn't have to replay the game. But yeah, if you have Caden, try and get it knocked out as quickly as possible with that one. There's a lot of them too, like use barrier, use singularity, use warp. Some of them you don't even have to have an enemy that you use it on. You can just spam the ability. So warp, for example, I believe I was just running around in the Citadel using it every single time it popped up, and that made it to where I didn't have to actually use it on an enemy, and it gave me the trophy so I could focus on other things. Granted, that's something that you're going to probably get eventually, anyways. If you don't choose a biotic for your abilities, like if you choose shoulder, for example, soldier, I said shoulder. If you were to choose a soldier, for example, your abilities aren't going to be biotic, and you won't get that. So you'd have to use like other side characters to get it. So yeah, you can knock a lot of them out just by doing running around and doing it. There's a few like AI hacking. You have to actually use that on actual AI stuff like that. But you can spam the same enemy over and over to use the abilities, so that works out. Uh, there's find all primary alien and extinct races and non-council races, codex entries. That one, they have guides out on what exactly to choose. Pretty much, you're just going to want to use all choice options when talking to people. Don't rush through talking to them. Explore other options, and you'll get it. I think the hardest one is Prothean, and you talk to, I think it's Commander Anderson about it, or Captain Anderson about it whenever you guys are talking before you like dip to go exploring planets and everything. So you actually get that fairly early on. So yeah, and like I said, there are guides to it and everything, exactly where to ask and everything. But for the most part, that's one of the really easy ones to get. Just talk to people. Complete the majority of the game. That trophy is kind of difficult to get. It is incredibly missable too. Uh, what you're going to want to do is, and this actually made it to where I had to almost play two entire playthroughs because I missed this first time. Do a majority of the side quests. Do as many side quests as you can. Don't bullshit. Just do as many side quests as possible. I think the only side quest that I didn't do were like the collect Asari beacons and all those goofy ones. It was just like the collectible ones that you can go from planet to planet collecting things. Those were the only ones I didn't do. There were some Paragon Renegade choice missions that I could have got that I didn't choose for the Renegade ones. Be sure to choose those. You can knock those out, and that'll go towards that as well, so you get it knocked out quicker. This trophy completed before I hit going to the Citadel. I can't remember the planet that I was on, but it was towards the end of the game, and you're going toward the Citadel and chasing after Sovereign. And yeah, so after I got that one, yeah, or while I was on that planet, it gave me that trophy. So you can get it pretty early on. There's Land on Uncharted Worlds. Now, if you're going for the completionist trophy, you're going to want to complete the worlds too that you land on, but you do not have to do the mission on the world if you're going for those trophies. You can simply land on the world and take the shuttle back up to the Normandy. So you don't have to actually do anything on the world. You just have to land on the world. There's some certain trophies for completing missions with allies. Be sure to, from the beginning, do 5 missions with one, 5 missions with another one. As soon as the trophy pops, switch to another character because these could potentially be missable. Also, like I said earlier, there's an option between Caden and Ashley, losing them in your party. If you're going to choose to keep Ashley or if you're going to choose to keep Caden, whoever you're choosing to keep, be sure to knock out the other person's missions where you take them on 5 missions before you do that, because if you don't, then it's a missable trophy and it locks it out. You won't get that trophy. So just be sure to do that. There is also complete the 75% possible Renegade or Paragon points. Be sure to stick to one path. If you kind of switch back and forth between the paths, you could potentially lock out that trophy. So try to stick to as much Paragon or as much Renegade as possible. Once you get that trophy, then have fun. Go bullshit and do whatever you like. But yeah, early on, be sure to only focus on one or the other. That way you don't lock out of that trophy. That's pretty much it for Mass Effect 1, I believe. I think there's one other trophy, Charismatic, which involves using Charm or Intimidate to resolve an impossible situation. That you can gain at 2 different points, I believe. The first one is there's a mission where Rex is like flipping out and you have to try and calm him down. You can either calm him down with Renegade or Paragon, depending on which one's higher. So that's another reason to focus on one or the other ones, because if you calm him down, then you get the trophy. Also, late in the game, towards the very end, at the boss battle at the very end, you can choose a charm or intimidate option and end the boss battle pretty easily, and that'll also get you the trophy, I believe. So yeah, that's probably the only other harder trophy. But yeah, pretty much just make sure you get everything done with the game before you get to. I want to say it's Vermeer. It might be Ilios. I can't remember. But the mission where either Ashley or Caden leaves, that one is the one that is going to pretty much make it to where the end game is already starting. So yeah, you're going to want to get everything knocked out before that. That way you can just kind of run through the end. So that's pretty much it for Mass Effect 1. Let's go ahead and jump into the trophies for Mass Effect 2. All right, so we are going to start on Mass Effect 2's trophies. Mass Effect 2 is my favorite game of all time. I've talked highly about it in my review. I love Mass Effect 2 to death. I think it's one of the greatest games ever created, and by far my favorite game of all time. So I could talk about it all day. We're just going to jump into the review, or not into the review, the trophies. So for Mass Effect 2, you're going to be doing pretty much playing through the story. You're going to do as much as the story as possible. You do have to do a decent amount of the side stuff. The previous Mass Effect, you had to do 75 or most of the game or whatever. You don't have to do that with this one. This one, though, you do have your 2 DLC trophies that you have to get. You also have your characters in the game that you get as like allies and everything. You get a trophy for getting them as allies and also a trophy for gaining their loyalty. You do need to get everybody loyal to you. If you do not have people loyal to you at the very end of the game during the suicide mission, they will die. one of the trophies involves having everybody alive after the end of the suicide mission. So if you don't have them loyal, then they will die and you won't get that trophy. So yeah, that's pretty much something that has to get done. You with the main mission, we'll kind of go over it a little bit more towards the end of this. With the main mission too, there are some upgrades that you will have to go get on your ship, which can be gained by talking to people on your actual ship and gaining the upgrades from them. So you definitely do want to make sure you get those as well because somebody will die if you don't have it fully upgraded. Now, Mass Effect 2 has some of my favorite space exploration in there, and there are some trophies for like completing 5 missions that are discovered on worlds, stuff like that. Visit 100% of the planets in unexplored cluster. That's stuff that you'll get by exploring, and so definitely, try out the ship stuff. I've always loved it, so it's super fun. Always fun to do. Mass Effect 2 does have the same trophies as one where you have to, hit 20 enemies with this, hit 25 enemies with that. They're a little bit different. They're not all the same. Like this one has performed 30 headshots, stuff like that. So they're for the most part, they're pretty straightforward. It tells you exactly what to do in the description. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's a trophy for killing a Thresher Maw. That's something that you're going to find on a planet while exploring an unexplored planet. You'll come across them. They're really easy to destroy. You just don't want to stand in one place. Just ride around in your vehicle, in your Mako, and kill them. Pretty straightforward. So you shouldn't have any issues with that. There are 2 trophies for gaining the loyalty of 2 of the people. There is gain the loyalty of the Justicar, and with her, you have to be careful on the mission to make some correct choices. And there's guides on it if you have any questions, but you have to make correct choices or else uh, you won't gain her loyalty and she will die in the final missions. Also, the mercenary, you have to make sure to gain his loyalty. Um, you can pretty much mess up that loyalty mission and not gain his loyalty. So you want to make sure to if you have any questions on it, pretty much pull up a guide on it. It'll tell you exactly what to do. But yeah, you're pretty much just going to want to make sure that the guy doesn't run away. Same thing with the Justice R. You want to make sure her daughter doesn't run away and finish the mission. So if either of them do run away, then you lose the loyalty. So I would definitely save before those missions, just so you don't knock them out. There's like I said, a lot of those recruit this person, recruit this person. It's not too bad. The main story, most of them are trophies that you're going to unlock just by playing. The only one that is one that you might run into is to keep your squad alive during the suicide mission. If your squad, anybody on your squad dies, then you will be locked out of that mission. So you just want to make sure to have everybody stay alive during that. There are specific guides online on how to properly put your people where they need to go. If you have any questions, I can let you know. For the most part, I'll probably have to Google it because I can't remember off the top of my head. I know there's like specific things like Morden has to take the people back to the ship, stuff like that. Certain people are stronger in other situations, and you're going to want to use them. And this is where loyalty comes into play because if they're not loyal to you, they will die on that actual mission. If your ship's not upgraded, then somebody could potentially die on the ship heading to the Omega 4 relay. So yeah, you pretty much want to make sure everybody lives. If nobody's loyal, your ship's not upgraded, it's possible for everybody to die on the suicide mission. And I guess that would make it to where you don't get the survive the suicide mission one. I haven't had that happen before, but yeah, you just want to make sure to have everybody loyal and all that, and you should be good. There is Legion gaining his loyalty. You want to make sure to have everything completed before you use the what is it to pretty much go into the Omega 4 relay. There's something right before that, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but you collect something to be able to get into the Omega 4 relay. Once you do that, it's going to start a timer kind of thing. You have enough time to complete one mission, or people on your crew might die. You're going to want to have everything done. That way you can complete just Legion's mission, his loyalty mission. If everybody else's loyalty mission's completed, all other side quests are pretty much completed for the most part, then Legion's loyalty mission will pop up right away, and you can do that and jump right back into the story. So, yeah, just make sure to have everybody else's loyalty missions completed before you do that, and you should be all set. And with that, you should have the platinum to Mass Effect 2. So let's jump into Mass Effect 3. Now, Mass Effect 3, this was only my second time ever playing through the story on it. I played Mass Effect 3 and then I just jumped into the multiplayer, and I pretty much was stuck on the multiplayer. I didn't do any of the DLC missions for Mass Effect 3 when they originally came out, just because I was so hooked on the multiplayer. So, yeah, I've never played some of the DLC, and some of the DLC I hated. There was a Citadel DLC, dragged on forever. I was so tired of it. I was like, okay, we need to do some other stuff. And so you have to do all the DLC missions. They're pretty much self-explanatory. They do drag on for quite a while. They're very long in comparison to Mass Effect 1 and 2's DLC. These DLCs are probably about 2 to 3 hours a piece to complete. They're pretty long, so just be ready for that. There is one trophy: defeat a group of Spectre level opponents on normal, hardcore, and insanity. That is part of that Citadel DLC. While you're playing through the Citadel DLC, there's an arcade room where you go to fight people in like an arena type place. You're going to want to don't if you're going for the completing everything on insanity in your first playthrough, which is what I did. Wait until you actually beat the game and then go reload your save and create like a save close by to that. Reload your save, and then that way you can lower the difficulty. You're going to want to lower the difficulty to narrative. Beat the rounds to unlock the mirror match mode. Once you unlock the mirror match mode, you're going to be going up against different kinds of Commander Shepard with different abilities. There's 3 rounds of it, so on the third round, when you get down to the final opponent, don't kill him. Get him down like where he has like 1 hit left. Pause the game, switch over to normal difficulty, kill him, and then you'll get the trophy. If you're trying to do it on insanity difficulty like I was, it is very, very difficult to do. So, yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. There is another trophy: upgrade any weapon to level 10. This is probably going to be your last trophy that you get, uh, because you have to start a new game plus to get that trophy. You have to pretty much, after you beat the game, import a Mass Effect 3 character and start the game, get back to the Normandy. Once you get back to the Normandy, you have the option to upgrade a weapon to level 10. So, yeah, you do have to, you'll get that a little bit later during your second playthrough. This game does have a few trophies that are like defeat this kind of enemy, defeat this one. Those are going to be ones that you're going to get during the story. So like defeat a harvester, that's going to be something you're going to have happen during the story naturally. Hijack an Atlas mech. You're going to come across multiple Atlas mechs. To hijack it though, you have to shoot out the window. Shoot out the window in front, reveal the pilot, kill him, the mech will open up, and you can jump inside of it. Easiest way to do this is get a sniper rifle and just pop shots directly at the front mirror. Now, you can let the shield build back up again, and that way, once the shield builds up again, you can keep damaging it or whatnot. But yeah, just pretty much keep popping at that front of the mirror. It'll destroy the cockpit, let the guy come out, shoot him, and jump in. That'll get you that trophy. So it's not too bad. There's a lot of other ones like a mail shot, for example. You have to kill 10 guardians with headshots. So there's shield guardians. There's a little slot in there, and you have to get your sniper rifle and shoot directly in there. It's actually a fun trophy. I've always liked doing that one. You can focus on it early on, but it's probably one that you're going to get eventually, unless you're just god awful with the sniper. If you're god awful with the sniper, then just use the ability that's Adrenaline Rush. It'll slow everything down to give you time to aim up a shot. So, Yeah, that trophy is not too bad. Killing a brute while it's charging at you, get it to where the brute's down to like next to no health. Wait until he charges at you and take him out. It's a pretty easy trophy. Now this one does do a little bit different with the overload and lift and stuff like that. This one you have to do 100 versus 20 or 25 in the previous ones. So you have to do 100 of them. So get started on that really early. There's Escape a Reaper in the Galaxy map. It's very easy. You'll probably get it automatically while playing, but if you see a Reaper on the map, just fly out of the cluster and you'll get that trophy. It's pretty easy. There's get a combination of 50 biotic combos or tech bursts. Just combine attacks by different people, different abilities. Just combine them into one enemy. So use like Inferno and Warp or something along that line, and you'll get the trophy. Dispatch 10 probes to retrieve people or resources in Reaper territories. That's one that Lost and Found. You're going to get that while playing. So this one does have a trophy, Master and Commander, which deliver most of the Galaxy of War assets in the final conflict. I want to say you have to get over 6,000 assets. I pretty much had my whole thing full up, so I don't know the exact number that you need, but I want to say it's over 6,000. That's what I was seeing online and everything. Uh, just I would. I'm the type of person that's a completionist with these games, so if you're worried that you're not going to get it, just make another save before you do the like final conflict stuff, and that way you can just reload your save if you don't get the trophy, and yeah, you should be good. But yeah, I want to say it's over 6,000, and you should be all set. Other than that, pretty much all the other trophies are going to be main story related. There's a lot of story related trophies in this one in comparison to the other ones. A lot of the other ones were, have this person in your party, get this person in your party, stuff like this. I feel like this one had the most trophies for actually collecting people, or not collecting people, has actual story related trophies. So, yeah, that's that. As far as the Legendary Edition is concerned, there is no platinum for the actual Legendary Edition. You do have to complete all three games on Insanity difficulty. You can do that in the first playthrough. I would suggest just doing it in your first playthrough. Play through all of them on Insanity difficulty. It's not too hard. Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 Insanity difficulty can be a pain in the ass, and you will die a lot. But yeah, just picking different ways of going about missions, stuff like that. Uh, Different plans of attack. You'll get the trophies eventually. Paramore, you have to establish or rekindle a romance in all three games. That one's pretty easy to do, but also pretty easy to miss. Just try and be sweet with one person. Don't go all over the place with them. But yeah, long silver service medal would be to where you finish Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 with the same character. More than likely, you'll get that anyways. I don't know why you would start a new character in between games. I guess it's possible, but I wouldn't do it. Other ones are kill 2,000 up to 2,000 enemies and kill 100 enemies with melee attacks. These will come as you play the game, so you don't really have to worry about them too much. But that's all the trophies for Mass Effect Legendary Edition. All the trophies that you should have to focus on between all three games. Let me know if you have any questions about the trophies. I'll try and help you out the best I can. As far as Mass Effect Legendary Collection is concerned, the Platinum Trophy for all three games, plus all the trophies for the Legendary Edition, aren't too difficult, other than being time consuming and stuff like that. Definitely follow a guide if you have any questions on the final missions and everything. There are some missable trophies that could require you to play through the whole game again, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask or pull up a guide. Difficulty for the platinum, I'd probably give about a 4 or 5 out of 10, just because of the time that it takes to put into the game, and having to complete all three on Insanity difficulty can make it a little bit more difficult than you would like it to be. As far as my overall review on the Mass Effect Legendary Collection, like I said, Mass Effect 1 is my least favorite game, and they did amazing all the life, end of life kind of trophies, like quality of life. There we go, end of life, quality of life trophies. They really improved the quality of the game, and they improved a lot of things that I didn't like about the first game. And I was really, really surprised with how good it was in comparison whenever I played it back in the day. Mass Effect 2 is still so good. There were some glitches that really upset me because of how great the game is. There were definitely some glitches in there. I know Mass Effect 2 had some glitches back in the day, but I feel like this one, there was a lot more glitches than previously, so it was very disappointing. Mass Effect 3 had way more glitches, so many glitches. I was just baffled with how many glitches Mass Effect 3 had. So that was fun. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I think they hit the target right on the head. It was something that everybody needed for fans of Mass Effect and for newcomers. I think it was a great collection, and I was so happy that the game came out. My biggest gripes being that there was no multiplayer with Mass Effect 3, which I loved, or sorry, Mass Effect 3. I loved the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. It was so fun. Uh, no inclusion of Andromeda, I think, was a very smart idea. Try and get that out of here to where people are like, ugh, Andromeda, what's that? I think they need to distance themselves from Andromeda, and I was glad to see that it wasn't included in the collection. So, yeah, I was glad to see that wasn't in there. I think the collection was just very good, updated graphics, just very little gripes about it, other than some audio issues, glitches, stuff like that. I loved my time with the Mass Effect Legendary Collection, and I would give it a 9 out of 10. Bravo, BioWare. Thank you for bringing it back, and I'm so excited to see what is next for hopefully Commander Shepard. But yeah, what is next for the crew of the Normandy and Mass Effect 4? Super excited to see what's next. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions about the trophies, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you guys care. And yeah, don't forget to like the video. And I will see you guys on the next Platinum Review.